you're looking for a righteous husband, correct? Do you think disobeying Allah and violating against the rights of another fellow Muslim, you're going to get what you're looking for? Let's think. Wallah, sisters, let's think. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Good to see you. Today we're talking about a very sensitive topic, and I want my sisters to hear me out. Heart to heart conversation. Put the phone down, give me a few minutes. Point number one is that one of the most amazing, from the purity of Islam, is that Islam came to protect the dignity and the honor of the fellow Muslim. Right? Young, old, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. Okay? Men, women, it does not matter who it is, but Islam came to protect the dignity and the honor of the fellow Muslim. Right? From the major sins of Islam is to violate against this right. Okay? To take it as a joke, to play around with it. Right? One of the most deepest metaphors I have seen in the Quran is the metaphor regarding backbiting and namimah and beyond and instigating and the character assassination of the fellow Muslim. Look what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَيُحِبُّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَن يَأْكُلَ لَحْمَ أَخِيهِ مَيْتًا فَكَرِهْتُمُوهُ. Which one of you would love to eat the dead flesh meat of your brother? Which one of you would like to do that? In essence, meaning that's what's happening when you're backbiting. When you're, look at this amazing ayah that this part is in. قال الله تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن. Stay away from much assumption. إن بعض الظن إثم. Surely much assumption. Assumption leads to sin. Okay. ولا تجسسوا. Do not spy on one another. Okay. When you post a picture of your brother on a public space like that, created for backbiting, created for spy news, created to character assassinated the dignity and the honor of the person in there. And now we're talking about Muslims being in there. That is such a low place to be. Wallahi, that is such a low place to be. Okay? And imagine if we flip the script, okay? And there was an app out there for the brothers to expose the sisters. What would be the reaction of the community, right? You see this is image today. Tomorrow you see this sister. The next day this one. Millions the sisters in the community one by one. From who? From brothers that are maybe angry, brothers that got into a fight with the sister, brothers that got rejected, brothers that the family turned down, brothers this, brothers that. Okay? Look, just imagine all of it anonymous, right? Every sister in the community is being put in there. What would we do? What type of community would we have? How would we react? Just imagine, ya akhwa, right? This is why Islam takes on a serious note, right? The dignity and the honor of the fellow Muslim. We'll come back to that. Point number two is, why do we always have to imitate the kuffar on what they do? Why? Why do we not take the good things? Why do we only imitate them on the bad things? Now, earlier we had the Bop the Balloon thing, and then we had that thing, and then now we have this thing, the Tiyab. Why? Why do we have to imitate them in the fisq and not the good things? Going into space, coming up with the most newly advanced technologies and beyond. Why not? Why is it that the trends of our community becomes imitating the kuffar in the most wicked of things? Why? And this is across the board. It's not just the sisters. But generally speaking, why? Why do we do this? Point number three is, sisters, I want to ask you one question. What's the end goal to this? Okay? When we care to assassinate the brothers, people who are, no one is perfect. No one is perfect, right? I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one is perfect. Anybody's image could be posted and people could trace their shortcomings. Anybody is up for grabs. And that's why what is private is kept private, right? And what is public is kept public, right? If we're going to expose people for their secret sins, their secret shortcomings, their secret lives, the things they're working on, the things most likely they already made tawbah on and beyond, that is a shameful act. It doesn't matter who it's being done to, a brother or a sister, but that is a shameful act. Number four, sisters, billah alaykum, just answer this question from me. When you join these type of movements, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is it going to lead to? Okay? Are you going to bring the brothers close or are you pushing them away? What are we doing? Are you guys calculating the type of damage this could cause to a tightly knit community like the Muslim community? We're not like them. See, the non-Muslim community has a vast community that's everybody lives their individual lives. We're a community. When you're marrying, you go to a family. Okay? When you're getting to know people, you're a part of the masjid. You're part of a community. We don't do individualism, right? So the TAB is not going to work greatly in the individual community. What it's going to work greatly is the tight knit communities like the Muslim community who know each other. So immediately, if somebody sees somebody's face, it's going to grow like wildfire. Boom, so and so is on there, right? It's going to explode. And that's why we see the shockwave. Even the non-Muslims don't know what the TAB is. It's slowly picking up. But in the Muslim community across the West, it picked up really fast. Why? Because members of the community that we know, brothers that we know, sisters that we know, yani imagine if one sister gets exposed, it will reach all of us overnight. That's not the same for the non-Muslim community, okay? Secondly, when you're pushing this type of thing, you're pushing the brothers away, right? Back in the day, there were many different movements that already isolated the brothers. Percentage of brothers have already left getting married in the West. Already, most brothers have doubts about getting married here in the West, okay? Because of movements like this, because of approaches and mindsets like this, okay? And that's a sad reality. And so now, to add more damage to already what was happening, imagine a wound and then you took a knife and you put in more, mix it up. That's exactly what the sisters are doing right now with the whole TAB thing, okay? Right. We're going to go as far as people's past, people who already made Toba, people who have gone through certain things in life and have recovered, people this and this and this and this, okay? Hey, sisters, check this guy out for me. Really? Is that how low we have gotten, sisters? Okay? Like I said, a percentage of the brothers already left. Okay? Let's break down the percentages. 30% of brothers already married. Okay? 20% already left. 20% of the brothers already took a decision to not get married in the West and they got married abroad. What's left? 50% of brothers. And you're pushing the 50% away. Just today, I was hearing a brother who was about to get married in 2 months, and the sister started talking about TAB and this and this and this and this, and he called it off. He called it off. He said, before marriage, if you're acting like this, that's not somebody I want to be. I want to build a family with. What sisters are failing, number 5, what sisters are failing to understand is when you do this false comparison, you cause more damage than any type of good. When we compare ourselves to the non-Muslim society, we cause more damage than good, okay? They're committing zina. They're out and about. They're clubbing. Our only way to fulfillment is through marriage and building a family, alhamdulillah, a pure lifestyle. Right? When sisters act this way, join these type of programs, they're getting in the way of that purity, okay? Am I saying do not do your vetting? Do your vetting, but do it in a halal way. Don't do your vetting process where you're going to go imitate the kuffar and put up brothers' images everywhere, publicly humiliate them, and just to say, oh, I'm not interested in him anyways. What they say, does it have that much impact in your life? To the point where you're willing to humiliate your fellow Muslim. And that could damage his character, his honor for a long time. And that is unjust. Wallahu la yuhibbu zalimin. And Allah does not love those who commit dhulm, oppression. Sisters, we need to reevaluate themselves. And the sisters who are doing this, it's about 5%. Most sisters are amazing, pure, highly innocent. They're not involved in this. But the problem is the silent majority of sisters, that's who the video is for. The silent majority of sisters who don't hold these sisters accountable, who tell them in the comments, we don't tolerate this. Who would object to any type of these type of activities, who would hold these sisters accountable, who would punish them for stepping out and committing such a level of oppression. Just imagine if we accept this type of thing. Imagine if this becomes a norm. Imagine if every brother, when he wants to get married, he puts a sister up. Imagine, just imagine it, ikhwah. And that's why these type of things are toxic. It is poison. We need to stop it when it begins. I never thought we would have people in our community that would take advantage of such a vile, nasty program. I never thought. But it's happening. And so the brothers I have To the brothers, I have one advice for you. Any sister, if you're talking to a sister and she behaves in such a way, tell her, Salaam alaikum, thank you. Thank you. That's it. Sisters, I have an advice for you. To the 90% of sisters out there that are not involved with this, and I know you don't agree with this, ittaqillah, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Step up and protect the dignity of your fellow brothers. Don't watch this. This will have an impact on you. Don't think, Najib, I will never do such thing. But in reality, your silence is a form of supporting it. If you know a sister who's thinking about it or who's behaving in that way, such a childish way, hold her accountable. Okay? For her personal interest, if she wants to violate the rights of her fellow Muslim brother, hold her accountable. Give her a lesson. And if she's your friend, you don't want to be friends with that type of person. Because if the roles were flipped, I would do that. We expect everybody to do that. A man who came up to me to say, hey, I'm going to post the sister I'm talking to's picture online so that I can get dirt on her, we would slap him in the face. And that's the difference between many brothers and many sisters. A brother might do things wrong privately, but in public, he will never tolerate such thing like that. I mean, generally speaking, there are exceptions to the rule. Okay? He will never accept that. We see that sister as my sister. My family, my blood, and beyond. So I will never allow another brother to come to be like, hey, I'm going to post Sumaya online so I can get dirt on her. Okay? That's not a man. We will never tolerate that from him. And so the good sisters out there, which is the majority, mashallah, we love you all. Please do not tolerate this type of behavior. It will have an impact on you. It's going to create more separation. Brothers are going to get pushed further. Okay? The 50% of brothers that still want to get married here, you will push them away. We already have a plethora of sisters that are single for many different reasons. And one of them being reckless behavior like this. Reckless behavior like this. And so I'm busy 24/7 holding the brothers accountable. And then they're saying, Najib, you're holding us accountable, but look what they're doing to us. This is just out of line. Sisters, we cannot behave this way. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all need to do better. I understand these are tough times to live in. But sisters, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taqwa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you a way out of the things that you're looking for in life. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Whoever has taqwa, Allah will make his matters easy. You're looking for a righteous husband, correct? Do you think disobeying Allah and violating against the rights of another fellow Muslim, you're going to get what you're looking for? Let's think. Wallah, sisters, let's think. We love you all. Let's stop this reckless behavior. And to all the sisters out there that are promoting this, that say if the shoe fits, or the type of rhetoric that is super secular, un-Islamic, those are the sisters you need to watch out for. Those type of sisters we need to warn against. Those type of sisters we need to hold accountable. Right? We see the videos. Yeah, if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. Yeah, if you're mad because you're a bad guy. You shouldn't be on there to begin with. That type of logic. Sisters, we need to get a hold of those type of sisters. We need to punish them for their reckless ways. See you guys next time. And inshallah, we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives us for our shortcomings. No one's perfect. We're all struggling in different ways. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the best of dunya and the best of al-akhirah.